Hello and welcome. Today I would like to talk to you about the future, your future specifically. When we talk about the future, I believe we can get very off track because the ego kicks in and starts to make its own rules. I think it's really important to align ourselves both globally and personally with the laws of nature and how nature grows so that we, being part of nature, can grow with it. It seems obvious to some people that the light of the sun grows nature, and yet it's hard for some people to visualize the idea that they are nature. The future is now, and you are the environment you create. And nobody treats you better than you treat yourself. The future depends on how you treat yourself now. So we have some basic principles. We call them the Power Hour, but we have some basic principles of self-growth and how to grow in harmony with nature or grow as nature intended, because you are nature. And growing is the secret to leadership. Let's go through them. Evolve and grow. Nourish your roots, let go the past, reach for the sun, remember your destiny, and build your own scene. Let's go through these one by one. Evolve and grow. We use the discard form or the emotional shower process to evolve and grow ourselves. What it means is that what we knew yesterday is no longer valid today. We have to unlearn what we learnt yesterday and learn something new every day. And the learning is about judgment, learning to unlearn judgments. The stronger you become, the less judgmental you are. The more powerful you are as a leader, the less judgmental you are. The more people you can embrace in the world, the greater your leadership will be. So evolve and grow is the first step, and doing a daily discard form or an emotional shower is a 15-minute job that can keep you right on track as a leader. The second step, which is pretty conspicuous, is to improve the quality of your body. Eat differently so that your body can be more nourished, but with less. For example, eating red meat is an old-fashioned way of digesting protein and iron, but it's not a very efficient way of ingesting protein and iron. We can fast, which we know gives the body a break once a week. Exercise can change, because instead of eating 5,000 calories and doing 2 hours of training to get rid of it, which is what most people you'll meet in the world are doing, it might be wiser to put 1,000 calories into your body and do 30 minutes of exercise and use that hour and a half for something more aligned with your values, unless you want to be an Olympic athlete. And the third thing about nourishing your roots is to rest differently, so your body and mind remain at one with each other. Now, resting is a professional art. We teach it in the corpse pose. We teach it in many different ways. But recovery is a science. And it's not sloth lying on the couch, nor is it drinking alcohol or watching Netflix. And it's really important to be fairly traditional and old school in the process of rest. And that I would educate you to study carefully and look up the science of resting, how to get rid of acid in your body and improve the quality of your resting process. The fourth one is about alignment. And alignment means letting go the past. And this is probably the most difficult or the most challenging of all of the nature-based evolutionary process. To be inspired, you must retell old stories that you carry along with you. If you said grandma was nasty, or grandpa was good, or dad was bad and mum was good, or your ex-partner was this or ex-partner, until you can love the people of your past, you're manifesting them in your future. So the first step, be thankful for the past, is the only way to create the future. Remembering, what you judged, you become. The second thing in letting go the past is to recognize that your judgments of the past become not only your own future, but the future of others. And that heavy baggage you carry of judging other people can destroy your future. Not only interrupt it, it can destroy it. So if there's anything in your past you're carrying in the way of judgments and anger and disappointments or infatuations, it's really important to process that through the discard form or coaching and let it go. So to do and have what you want, you can't change the past, but you can change how you see it. Nothing impacts the future more. And finally, point number 3, nothing affects children more than the unfinished business, which is judgment of the past of the parent. Try not to pass on what you've inherited, which are your judgments of your parents, or judgments of the people who affected your parents, or judgments of your ex-partners. Try not to pass it on to the next generation by learning to love those people in your past and let them go. The next level of this is to be yourself. And we call this reaching for the sun. And you'll see this in constant display in nature. Nature is always reaching for the sun. It's always on purpose. Everything in the world, everything built in the universe has a purpose. So let's look at the 3 aspects of this, how we apply this to daily life. Firstly, know your values, both intrinsic and extrinsic, and link whatever you do to those values. Secondly, priorities. What comes first in your day? A person who works really hard on low priorities is actually sabotaging their worth. And finally, respect. Respect for other people's values means you win by feeding other people's values in order to get what you want. If we become a person who respects only our own values and tries to get our own values met, we miss the point. The point is we give other people what they value in order to get what we value. The next step is your destiny. All eyes, and I mean it, all eyes, both in nature, in grass, in animals, in insects, all eyes are turned to the future. Nothing impacts a human more than the perceived imagination and the perceived image of joy of their future. If a person perceives that the next hour is going to be less joy than the last hour, they will become traumatized, quite often suicidal. And so the future is the secret of human happiness and human existence and success. Therefore, your vision is your sacred gift. And we talk about vision, inspiration, purpose, setting goals, the goal-setting habit frequently. And this process of creating vision board and setting your vision and learning how to do Vision Quest needs to become a monthly or bi-monthly process for you. Finally, building your own scene. Now, we've talked about affirmation, denial, and visualization. We've talked about self-talk. What this is actually building your own forest. It's creating the environment, the fertile, healthy environment for growth. It's creating in your subconscious and your subliminal mind your destination. What you say to yourself, you manifest. What you talk to yourself, you manifest. And if you were to examine the conversations most people have with themselves, they wouldn't treat a dog as bad. We usually have 3 levels of self-talk. The manifestation part, which is motivator, the instructional part, which is the parent, and we have the rewards part, which is the child. And most people you meet, if you ask them to jot down their self-talk throughout the day, have a predominant one of the 3. And what we need for success, absolutely, is independence on all 3, which means we need to have self-talk operating in all 3 areas of life in order to be an independent, powerful, strong, resilient, and visionary leader. Have a beautiful day. Bye for now.